Hi, Mike King here. Well, this has been a fascinating week in America, hasn't it? I mean, goodness gracious, in the midst of a pandemic and now an election where we're normally accustomed to seeing results on the evening of or the wee hours post-election day, one where we may not know results for days. It's a different time for us, a difficult time for many people, and a stressful time. I want to share with you just some personal thoughts about this today to take with you into the weekend. You know, I face the same thing. I'm getting text messages constantly from my sons, text messages from friends, and it's almost like we feel a bit stymied until we know final results. But the reality is, I really must remain forever hopeful that I will utilize the skills and gifts that we have been granted by the power above to make better for mankind, to truly help America's vulnerable, because that's where I am. And that means that I must every day, no matter what's going on around me, prepare mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even physically to do my very best. It's truly an act of stewardship. And truly, that's what Volunteers of America and our family is so good at. Is the stewardship that we provide for helping those who need our help. And no one is better at that than this family. So let me reassure all of you, that never fear, Volunteers of America is going to continue remaining focused on our stewardship, on our services, on helping America's most vulnerable. And at the same time, once things settle out a bit in Washington, we will be absolutely back on the public policy front. We will be absolutely contacting and scheduling conference calls like we have been for the last 8 months with our representatives, with our freely elected in a wonderful democracy representatives on Capitol Hill, and we'll be right back with them advocating for the PPP program to be opened up for nonprofits with more than 500 employees. They're doing services and literally keeping our services alive and our clients alive in some cases. They need that PPP support to be able to continue to do that work. At the same time, we're going to be advocating for the affordable housing industry and the fact that there is more need for that than we can actually meet. We need every bit of support we can to keep that going. At the same time, we're going to be advocating for the charitable tax deduction and the expansion of that, because we're going to need every advantage we can to provide resources, to provide the services that are going to be needed as we begin our recovery, as we begin truly planning for recovery from COVID-19. And last but not least, we're going to be continuing to preach the message of moral injury and the services for those who are suffering from moral injury, which we know have had a dramatic increase during this pandemic, a dramatic increase. So keep the faith, keep it with the knowledge that Volunteers of America will be in the trenches, and on Capitol Hill as we go forward. God bless you. Thank you for all that you have done and all the lives you have saved.